Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar, which is packaging and pricing your services. So this webinar is brought to you through the Australian Small Business Advisory Services Program and proudly brought to you across Western Australia, Northern Territory and Queensland by Business Station, Treaty Business Consulting and Regional Development Australia. So we're not going to waste any time today. We are going to get straight into it. So you will notice that your microphones have been muted. Now that is just for the comfort of the recording. Everybody who registers today will receive a copy of the recording, and you will also notice that your videos are turned off as well. I do want this webinar to be a little bit interactive though. So if you do have any questions throughout the session, please don't hesitate to put them into the chat feature, and I do answer them as I go through. So you might like to keep a notepad beside you, but as I said, you will get a copy of the recording also. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kerrie Saverin and I'm the co-founder of Untitled Business Solutions. I've got over 20 years business management experience and I'm currently the president of the Beenleigh-Yatala Chamber of Commerce. So that's a little bit about me. Now you're in the right place today if you're ready to get clear on your packages and services, and you want to know the best method, I guess, for creating your services. Now this is really centered around if you're the kind of business that offers services as opposed to selling products. But as I go through, you will hear me mention things about products as well, so it can be utilized in that space. So what will you learn today? Will you learn how offering packages will help increase your sales? You'll identify your client's needs. We're going to look at designing packages and how you design those, and then pricing your packages, you know, where you should price them at as well. Now, packaging is one of the most effective ways to grow your business as you combine existing services that you already have and create new offerings, and you can do this at all different times of years as well. So what is a package? Well, a package is a collection of services. So you might offer 3 or 4 services, or you might offer more than that. You might offer 8 services, and you might put 3 of them together in a package. So it offers these services to clients at different price points to give them choices. Now, as I said, packages work well for service-based businesses, particularly if you offer a random selection of services and you want to bring some of them together, but it can be used for products as well. There are different ways to package up your services, and some of the common examples that I'm going to go through are like a tiered pricing structure. We've all seen this. This is where you would have, you know, a bronze, silver and gold kind of package where, you know, at different price points so that it gets across lots of different clientele's budgets. So it depends on where you're at in your business. This is really what I recommend for businesses who are starting out. If you're just starting out your service-based business and you really want to test the waters with pricing, then having a tiered pricing structure can be really good. There is also another one which I like to call the pre-booked blocks. So this is where a service is actually packaged into a block. For example, you know, if you come to 1 yoga session, this is how much it is, but you can book 10 yoga sessions, pay in advance and get it for X. This is normally for savvy customers who are in line with your brand, know who you are and are confident with what you have to offer, and they're happy to pay for 10 services to continue to come back, but they're getting that little bit of a discount normally as well, so we'll be running through that. And there is a tasked focus package, which offers solutions specific to what you're offering. So, for example, a social media marketing package I'm just going to stick with because I know what that's about. So you might put a strategy session with a month's worth of content creation and have that as a package together. Now, the benefits of packaging your services are twofold. So there's benefits for the clients and there's also benefits for the business. And so this is why I really like this structure and why I like to talk to people about it in webinars such as what you're seeing today. Now, the advantages for your business is that it clarifies your service offers. It saves times, you know, in having to customize standard services. So, you know, when you meet a client and you think, gee, they could really do with A, B, and C. So I'm going to, you know, put this package together for them. If you have packages already created, then you can guide your clients into those packages. It allows you to generate more revenue. So it may just be for a slightly more cost, the client's getting more value, but also you're getting more revenue. It allows you to be able to forecast your income a little bit better. So if you can say, look, this is how many packages that I'm going to sell per month and how many people I'm going to get in. And it also gives you the opportunity to help more people, because there's a lot less time wasting, particularly of someone that is customizing services for people. If you know there are standard ones that people will often go with, having those packaged up ready to go just saves you that little bit of time. Now, the advantages for your clients is that they have a wider choice. So as I was saying earlier, if you had 8 services, but then you also had 2 packages, well, essentially you've got 10 services that you're offering. It's just that some of them are packaged together. It offers increased value for them. So normally there's a monetary kind of benefit to them from booking the packages together. It's easy for them to choose what's the right solution to their problem. So if you are making sure that you create your packages based on their problems that they're having, and remember, the only reason you're in business is because your client has a problem that you solve. So what are those problems and how can you make your packages centered around those problems? You can have packages that suit many budgets, and they can get better results, because you know what it's like when someone comes and I'll stick with yoga as an example. They come and do one yoga session and they see a small amount of benefits, but if they commit to doing 1 a week for the next 10 weeks, you know, the benefits that they're going to see, they're going to have much better results at the end of that 10 weeks. So it also gives you a better opportunity, and I haven't put this on here, to be able to build those relationships and rapport with people that is going to turn them into those raving clients that we all want. You know, none of us want to pay for marketing. What we want is we want our existing clients to walk away and go, oh my gosh, you have to go to this person. You have to do this. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. So you want your clients to become your raving fans. So I just put this in here as a little reminder, guys. This is interactive. If you do have any questions, please put them into the chat, because I do answer them as I go through. What we're going to talk about now is identifying your client's needs. Now, you probably you already have a variety of services that you want to offer. When you package them up so that they're a solution focused, like I was just talking about this a couple of minutes ago, your client has a problem, package your services up so that they're solution focused. You'll have a much better chance of demonstrating to the potential customer or client that you have what they need, because you're saying, you know, here's your problem, here's the thing that can help you. The easiest way to find out what your client needs is to ask questions if you're not sure. So the questions to ask your clients would be, you know, what's the number one challenge for you at the moment? And this can be existing customers, or, you know, you can do it over social media, yes, but I'm all for the phone call and the face-to-face, because I know that works so much better. Is there anything that you need that I'm not currently offering? Is there a service that you need that I'm not currently offering? Do you buy X kind of services from anyone else? What's the most important thing to you when you invest in a service? For example, is it reliability, speed, convenience, professionalism? Some people are going to have price in that one as well, because we all know, particularly when we deal with the business for the first time, we're very price orientated, or when dealing with a service for the first time, we're very price orientated. So we might have a sore back and we need to have a massage done. We've never had a massage before, so we'll jump on Google, we'll have a look to see who's around that can do a massage, and we normally pick based on price. I'll be honest with you, that first initial, but we don't stay because of price. We stay doing business with those businesses because they are in line with us, or they offer the service that we want, or we really liked it. And when it comes to packaging your services up, this is where, if you can show value by saying, well, if I get the massage and the infrared sauna and, you know, something else together, I actually get much better value and I can try out the whole process. So, and how much do you typically spend on X services? This will help with the pricing as well. It's a good question to be able to ask your clients. Now, you may have heard of the 80-20 rule. It states that about 80% of your sales come from roughly 20% of your clients. And this is an interesting one when I bring it up, because I like people to actually go and run a report to find this out. So if you're a business that's already in business, There's no specific science behind it. There's no proof or disproof or anything like that. It just seems to be that across the board that around 20% of your current clients are the ones that are spending 80% of the money. So the 80-20 rule, it's good to know. I want you to take a little bit of action here today. So, you know, after you've done this session, if you're an existing business, I just want you to have a look at your clients from the last 12 months. And I want you to see if you fit in with that 80-20 rule, because it's, you know, really important to sort of know where your business is at. And then you can have a look at those 20% of your clients. What are they buying? What services are they buying? And that might help you with packaging everything up. So as it says here, action steps today, look at your total sales for the last year, run a report on the sales by each customer if you can, if you're using a great either CRM system or if you are using a accounting software like Xero or QuickBooks, something along those lines. You'll be able to run a report that show me the sales by each customer, which is a really cool thing to do. Identify those who are spending the most amount of money with you and have a look at the products and services that they're buying. And that might help you with your packaging, starting to get to know your packaging and getting to know what your customers are buying. Now, when you drill down this information, you're going to find out a few things, because yes, you'll have your advanced clients. They're going to be your 20% clients under normal circumstances, but it will also help you in designing your beginner, intermediate and advanced, or your starter, intermediate and advanced. So this is where I always like my clients to start off with when they're thinking about packaging their services. So we would have 3 packages. We would have a starter package, an intermediate package and an advanced package. And I'm going to give you examples of this today. So a starter package would be someone that has never had, you know, they're just starting out. They're at the beginning of their journey, or they have a very basic needs. If I stick to the massage theory, because that's kind of the example I'm using in this webinar today, they've never had a massage before. They don't know anything about the benefits. They just know they have a sore back. That's their problem. And they want to come along and just try a massage out. Then there is the intermediate. So they're already partially through a journey, but maybe they've gotten stuck, or, you know, maybe they're just not quite sure whether they're going to continue. Maybe they've had a couple of massages, but they're still gaining confidence in the service and they're learning. And then there's your advanced customer. Now they are, you know, they're an athlete. They fully understand the benefits of massage and they book regularly, and they can't do without a massage. So you can see how there are 3 different types of clients, and it's nearly a journey. Now, some people will be a starter and they'll miss intermediate. They'll jump straight to advanced. They'll go, that one massage that I had was absolutely fantastic. I need one of these once a month. Book me straight in for once a month for the next 12 months. And they won't hit that intermediate. Some people will come to you at intermediate. Look, I've been getting massages before, but my current massage person is no longer in business, or they're moving on, and I'm finding someone new. So I'm an intermediate. So I know a bit about what it is that I'm coming to get done. Again, guys, any questions, just chuck them into the chat for those of you that have just joined us. It is interactive, so if you have any questions, please put them in. Okay, so now we understand how packages will increase your sales. We also understand our clients' needs, because we've thought about, you know, what problems do they have? What do we solve? We've asked some questions. And we know that we're going to be dealing with customers who are at that starter, intermediate and advanced level. So now we're going to actually design your packages. Now, the first step in that is to decide what type of package you are going to offer. We went through these in the beginning. So remember the 3 that we spoke about in the very beginning. The first one was the tiered pricing. So the bronze, silver and gold kind of pricing. So it's based on pricing. So that's one kind of package offer. The second one is the pre-booked blocks, where you say, you know, if for 1 massage it's X, but for 5 massages is X, and for 10 massages is X. So you're packaging your services up. And that's normally where it's just 1 service normally, or a couple of services you can put together, but mainly just for 1 service. Or then there is the task focus package. Now, this is where someone comes to you with a problem and you say, well, you need a massage, you need an infrared sauna, you need different products, and we're going to package them together as packages for you today. Now, one thing that you will find with your customers, as we do with ours, that's pretty universal. So they either have time or they have money, is what we normally find. So they either have time to learn what to do and to fix it themselves, or, if I'm talking in the massage aspect, time to learn to do those stretches that you've given them so that they don't get that sore back, or they just want to come, they've got the money to just pay you to come each and every week. And you're going to have a whole different range of customers. So those customers that don't have the money to spend, they're going to be coming, they're going to be getting one massage, they're going to expect value from that massage. They're going to want you to give them something so that when they go away, they've got something to continue on with. But they're not going to be back every week because they just don't have the money to do so. So just keep in mind that with those customers that are at that beginner level who may not necessarily have the money to come back and continually have your services, to make sure that you offer them some sort of value so they always remember that, and when they do have the money, they'll come back to you as well. There's another way that you can really sort of set up your packages to suit both of these people. So either the customer that has the time or the money. And this is where you can have a service which is do it yourself, done with you, and done for you. So it just depends on what your service is as to whether you can offer this, but I always like to bring it up. So I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to stick to what we know with our social media, because obviously that makes it easy. But do it yourself would be where I tell you what you need and you go away and do it. So this is normally a lower price point product. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what to do and you are going to go away and do it. Now, obviously in the case of a massage, it's a little bit hard for me to do that. Though it could very well be that you say, look, here is a whole heap of videos on some stretches that you can go away and do, and you can have access to all of this for X amount of dollars. There is the done with you service. Now, this is where I tell you what you need to do and then I accompany you along the way. So this might be where I'm going to give you stretches to go away and do those stretches from a massage perspective. And then I'm going to, once every 2 weeks, I'm going to have a session with you and we're going to see how you're going and how you're improving. And it might be a 15-minute session. And then there is the completely done for you. So this is where I do it all for you, or where you come in and you get the complete massage and you don't have to worry about a thing because you have the money. Okay, so if you're a done for you client, you normally have the money. To give you another example, I'm going to show you our social media services and what we offer here. And the reason why I do this is just because if you are a business that offers services like we do, then this could be an option for you. So the do-it-yourself version, it's a 3-hour session. We go through a strategy session, you get a workbook and a plan. It talks about organic strategy. We give you everything that you need so that you can go away and do it. It's a one-time meeting. It's a 3-hour session and then off you go. There's the done with you service. So this is where we are together for 8 weeks and we get together online once a week for 1 hour every week. You will learn, you will have a strategy session. We'll give you lessons on graphic design. And again, it will all be around organic strategy. And then there is that I don't have time to do either of those two things. I just want my social media taken care of and I just want it done for me. So can you do it? Yes, we can. Absolutely. Completely done for you for 3 months for this amount. So that's a really good example there of showing you how we've packaged our services up to be able to not only suit different budgets, but suit different types of clients also. So as you can see, this is another example with massages. So you might have one massage would be $99, or you might do 5 massages for $450. And then you might have 10 massages for $800. So you can see how this kind of structure and this kind of pricing is also fitting in with that starter, intermittent and advanced customer as well. Okay. So if you're just a starter that doesn't have a high budget to be able to spend, then you would start out just getting one massage. And you can see the pricing as we go through there. It's obviously more beneficial for you to book the 10 massages because obviously it works out a bit cheaper. The great thing about booking in the 10 massages is from a business perspective, you've got that client booked in, hopefully for the next 10 months. Hopefully they're not coming back for a massage once a week, though some people do. So maybe it's 10 weeks, but you've got that customer for a length of time. You've got time to build up more rapport, time to make them feel really special. Normally your advanced customers are the ones that are going to be your raving fans. They're going to be out there telling everybody about it. When it comes to the social media management, and the reason why I've done these two is because they're a little bit different. One's kind of an online servicing, one's a come into me. I'm a bricks and mortar business, come and see me. So we've got the first package, which was the do-it-yourself kind of version with one social media platform, good for all clients and all customers, particularly starters. Then we might have somebody who says, look, I want you to look after 2 social media platforms. So this is how much you could charge for 2 social media platforms. Or you know what, I just want you to come and look after everything. Google My Business, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, just come in and do the whole 4. And they're going to be paying a little bit more money for those services. So you can see that's just giving you a few examples there of how you can actually structure all of your packages together to get that starter, intermediate and advanced customer sorted. So they're going to be happy. Or anybody that's using your services for the first time, they can go, oh, you know what, I can start out with just getting a $99 massage. And if I really like what they do, because let's face it, that's where people are going to start. If I really like what they do, then I'm going to then book maybe the 5 massage package. And I'm going to keep going back to them over the next 5 weeks. Now, when it comes to pricing your packages, this is one that, I like to talk about. So many business owners struggle when it comes to pricing their packages, or just even, pricing their products and services. And if I'm honest, sometimes I still struggle with this also. It's really easy to fall back on when things aren't going right to go, oh, that's because I'm charging too much, or that's, too expensive. And, for those of us that suffer with imposter syndrome, this can be a really bad trap to fall into. Now, one of the number one questions I ask small business owners who are struggling to get business is, why do you think things aren't going right? And 99% of the time when I talk to people, it's pricing related. They'll either say, well, there's new competition that opened up down the road and they're cheaper than me, or everything was going really well, but then we raised our prices and now we've got less customers coming in. It's normally always, they tell me it's pricing related. What's interesting about it is in going through their systems and processes, I normally find out it's not pricing related. I go, okay, well, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's have a look at your systems and processes. And we find out that it's not. At the end of the day, people want good service, and no matter what your pricing of your products are, if they're not getting good service, so through your systems and processes not being right, they're not going to come back. If your client or customer is 100% satisfied with your service, not only are they happy to pay more money, regardless of what your competition is charging, but they will be repeat business, they will be repeat customers, and they will be your raving fans. That's simply what it comes down to. So, there may be customers who are 100% satisfied, but they're struggling for funds at this stage for whatever reason. If you don't offer different tiered structures, you don't give your current customer the opportunity to be able to go up and down. So I might be an advanced customer. I get massages all the time, but during COVID, I've just lost my job. And so while I want to keep coming back to you once a month, I'm really not in a financial position to do that. So I'm going to flick back to the 1 massage, and I'm going to make it once every 2 months because that's what I can afford at the moment. What I see many businesses doing is not having that tiered structure for people to choose and make those swaps and changes. And that's why, the packaging and pricing is really, really important. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. I used to own a cafe. I had a regular group of customers that came in every single day from Monday to Friday between 9:30 and 11 a.m. They were pensioners, and their problem that they had is that they were lonely. They were all retired and they were spending their days mostly alone. A lot of them were not in relationships. They were single. So they were coming in, the partner had either passed on. It was that kind of age group. So they needed social interaction. So their problem was that they were lonely and they needed social interaction. Now, most people would say that the majority of people who come to a cafe, their problem is that they need caffeine, so they go to a cafe. But in the case of this group, they were lonely. That was their problem, and they needed somewhere to get together. They needed social interaction, but they didn't have a lot of money. So 6 months after I purchased the cafe, I put my prices up. I realized the previous owner, I'd taken over from somebody else. It was all very well and good, just leave pricing where it is for now. And then I was like, no wonder this didn't work. Pricing needs to go up. Our coffee is way underpriced. Our cakes are way underpriced, and we need to put them up. Now, one of the people from the group came to me after about a week and said, look, that they wouldn't be coming back as often. They wouldn't be coming in every day like they had been, because some of them were having a little bit of difficulty financially. So I decided to create a package for them. It wasn't something that I advertised. I did create it to suit them. And I said, look, if one person came in and that person bought a coffee and cake in a package, then I would give another coffee for free, meaning that every second person could essentially come in and have a coffee and it wouldn't cost them any extra. Now, did this make me more money? No, it didn't. Obviously it cut into my bottom line a little bit. So what were the advantages to the business? I mean, it's very obvious to the client, as we most know, as we get older, we eat less. So coming in, buying a cake and coffee, getting one piece of cake to share between two people, they were pretty happy with that. The advantages were very clear to them. But the advantages to the business was that my cafe looked busy at a time where it was normally very quiet. So, others would wonder why, and this group was quite a large group of people. So it would be anywhere from sort of 15 to 20 people at one time. So, my business looked busy when others were not. So what would happen then is that others would say, oh, I wonder why that cafe is so busy, we should go. So I knew by losing those customers at that time of day, it was going to do more damage to me than it was, it wasn't an advantage for them to go. And to the client, as I said, they were going to get one piece of cake and two coffees that they could share. So financially, it was keeping them socially active, and financially, it was helping them out. Now, I tell this story today to remind you that value to the business is not always money related. I will always start with profit, absolutely. But you also need to be human, and you also need to think of the effects. For me, the effects of having those people in my cafe, it gave my staff someone to serve when I had staff there. But as I said, people would go, oh, I wonder why all those people go to that cafe all the time, and they're there every day. I'm going to go and check that out. So I can see that Tony's put some information there through my beauty therapist offers packages and allows regulars to pay off their account. So she gets the buy-in and commitment to the series of treatments and keeps the clients who don't have cash upfront to pay. That's a really great idea, Tony. Absolutely. We do exactly the same thing. So with our services, if somebody they want the 3-month package, but they can't afford to pay the whole 3 months up front, we just break it up over monthly repayments. You can absolutely do that. Thank you so much for bringing that up. So when you're selling a package, it's even more important that you demonstrate the value that a client is getting rather than just the price. Okay, so customers like things like, these are the kind of words that they like, reliability, any guarantees, professionalism, convenience, dependability, speed, quality, knowledge, and trust. They're all things that they're looking for. Would you agree? In most products and services, particularly services, if you're a business like a beauty therapist is a good example there, Tony, where you book appointments for people, the reliability of that appointment being on time, we've all been to the doctor's surgery where you get there and you go, hi, I've got an appointment for 9 o'clock, and they go, no worries, take a seat, the wait's just 40 minutes. You shouldn't have to wait. You made an appointment for 9 o'clock. It's very frustrating. Hairdressers is another example of this also, where you can get there and have an appointment at 9 o'clock and they go, hi, how are you going? Sure, take a seat here. And you can sit in a chair without anybody giving you any service. They might make you a cup of tea or get you a glass of juice, but you can sit there for 20 minutes, half an hour. And then all of a sudden your hairdresser comes over and goes, hi, what would you like to get done today? So it can be very, very, that reliability side of things can be a real reason why people don't come back. Offering guarantees on your products, obviously, your products and services. I used to be a mobile spray tan technician. I would go into people's homes and I would spray tan them. It was a very low price product, obviously. But I would say to them, look, if you're not happy, please give me a call. I'll happily come back. And I did that for so many years. And I don't think one person ever asked me to come back in that time. So people would go, you will? You'll come back out? Yeah, I'll come back out and I'll fix it. And there was two things. A, I made sure I did the job right the first time so I didn't have to go back. But very rarely do people want to ring you and say, hey, look, my tan wasn't really that nice. Can you come back and fix it? So, yeah, so Tony's also saying that she left a hairdresser that you loved because your manager can sense, yeah, overbooked. It's so frustrating. And I understand the overbooked. So I do understand that people are normally 10 to 15 minutes late for appointments. That's on average. It's terrible. We could never just be on time for things. So I understand sometimes they do have that 10 or 15-minute overlap. And, you know, that is one thing, but when it's consistent, the hairdresser really gets me. Being professional, you know, obviously that comes with that's you know, just what you do. Is it convenient, dependable? How speed, you know, the speed, sometimes speed is, you know, when can you give it to me? When can I book in? That's the kind of speed it could be as well. Quality, absolutely. And the fact that you know what you're talking about and you're an expert in your field, that knowledge is going to build that trust naturally anyway, but you need to get to know people. So think about all of those things and, you know, are you ticking each of those off in your business also? So we were talking about the price points. So, you know, you would have your first offering at a lower price point. This allows a client who has a lower budget to work with you. Ironically, this lower price point product is normally the most expensive if you're doing your packages. So you saw there previously with the massage. So it was $99 for one massage, but if they booked 10, it was $80 per massage because it was $800 for the package. So it can be the most expensive per massage or per product, but it is just a commitment of $99. So you can come in and you can actually try it. Then you've got your medium price point. So this is often your core, your signature package. So it offers more value than a lower price point product. And this is one that you sometimes see, they normally highlight the middle one. You know, that indicates this is the one that most people go with. This is the offer that most people do. And then you've got the high price point products. So this would be your complete solution package if you're bringing a number of things together, or it would be if you're using the block where it would be, you know, 10 massages as the example was earlier. So when it comes to what pricing you should put on your offer, I want you to start with profit first. Now, many business owners will say, well, I priced it like this because the guy down the road did it for that price. But, you know, that guy down the road might be going broke. So, you know, you really have to think about your business. We've spoken about this time and money. You need to make sure that you understand that your time is worth money. The majority of business owners that I see that make their packages up and they go, well, really, it only costs me X amount in products and X amount of this. And, you know, just a little bit of my time. It costs you your time. Your time needs to be included in there. So let's give the example of a 1 hour massage. So you've got a 1 hour massage time. You know, the massage might be a 1 hour massage, but there's also 15 minutes prep time before that. There's the oil that maybe you use if you massage with oil. Then, of course, you have all of the linen, the washing of the linen as well. What about the electricity that you use just to simply have the lights on in the room where you're doing a massage? All of the costs, including your time, need to be calculated for when you're pricing your products. And before anyone asks, yes, you should absolutely know how much your electricity costs you on an hourly basis if you're a bricks and mortar business, because without electricity, you're shut. So it needs to be included. And this is what I found was the easiest way to be able to structure it. So when you're working out what to charge for your time, you can simply look up the hourly rate of what someone will be paying, or just decide as a business owner, with my expertise, I'm worth, say, $50 per hour, and I'm going to run with it. The more experienced you are, the more you're worth. I know some business owners who don't charge themselves out for less than $150 an hour. So you really I just want to get this through, that please just make sure you include your time. Now, when it comes to knowing how much you're worth, it's not the end of the formula. You know, this is normally where businesses go wrong, is that they know their costs and they know what they're worth per hour, and then they go, well, that's it. So I want to give you a real tangible example. I'm going to get a little bit of figures thrown at you now. So this is my profit formula. This is what I come up with. So I always say that time, your time that it takes you to do something, plus the cost, that is your break-even point. That is not your profit. That is just simply break even. If you take 1 hour to do a massage and then you use oil, detergent, electricity, you know, to do all the other things, and that's your cost, that is your break even point. That is not profit for the business. That is simply paying yourself a wage. You didn't go into business to pay yourself a wage. You went into business so that you could make a profit. So my formula is time plus costs plus a profit percentage. That actually equals profit. That's where you want your business and your pricing to be. Here's an example with the massage. Okay, so I'm going to say that time, it's going to take 1 hour and 15 minutes because there's a 1 hour massage and then there's about 15 minutes of maybe prep and breakdown time. So 7 minutes of setup and 7 minutes of breakdown. I'm charging myself out at $50 an hour, and I know that might be low for a massage. I do apologize if you're a massage, but it's just an example. And then I'm going to add $10 for costs because I've got some oil there. You know, I need to run the electricity to wash my towels, and I've got a bit of detergent there, and you know, the electricity's on. So I'm going to add $10. So my break even point, not my profit point, my break even point is $72.50. So that is just, I can't charge under that, because if I'm charging under that, I'm either not paying myself a wage at all, or I'm, you know, bringing down that hourly rate, but that's the minimum that I can charge. So if I look at I'm going to go for the 10 pack. So the lowest price point that I can charge at a 10 pack, how am I going to work that out? Well, it's where I go, well, I take my 1.25 hours, buy my $50 an hour, you know, I add on my $10, and then, because that's my cost, and I've decided that I'm going to have an 8% profit on every single massage that I'm going to do. So the lowest price point that I can charge to meet that profit line is $80. It's really important that you have some kind of structure to figure out what your lowest price point is going to be, because once you know that figure, you know, $72.50 is a really good example, because you know at $72.50, you're not making any profit on that. You're just simply paying yourself a wage. So if somebody comes to you and says, look, the guy down the road's doing it for $60, you can be quite confident in saying in yourself, look, I just simply can't do it for $60. I'm not sure what the guy down the road is paying his staff or the type of expertise that he or she has. But I can tell you at this facility, we hire nothing but the best. Everyone is qualified and they have at least 5 years worth of experience. So the minimum that we can charge is $80. You see the difference in that? You know, yes, you are justifying your pricing, absolutely, but you're doing it in a way that shows them the benefits to them. You know, the benefits to you in coming to us is that all of our massage people have at least 5 years experience and they're fully qualified. And because we hire such quality staff, we can't charge below $80. So I want you to think about this with everything. Think about your time, make sure you're included in there. Business owners too often will make the mistake of saying that they work for free or working things out that they work for free. You don't work for free. Go and work for somebody else if you're working for free. Make sure your time is included. So I don't want to go on too much about figures, but excuse me, my voice is starting to go. Give me 2 seconds. I'll just have a little drink here. There we go, too much passionate talking for this time in the morning. So yeah, I'm not going to touch too much more on this. I just really want to make sure that you guys are putting your time into your products, because I see this a lot with business owners. They don't put their time as included. They're basically working for free. That's not what being a business is all about. You might as well go and work for somebody else. So this is how we advise that you work out your pricing. So as we were saying with the massage at $99, it's the highest price point per massage, but it's a commitment of one. So, you know, as I said, good for new customers that come in as well. Why don't you try out one of our services? You know, we'll happily do one for $99 for you. You can come in. Now, this is where you might offer a discount. So you might have a special every now and again where you say, and massages are normally $99, but if you come and try us today, you can have a 1 hour massage for $80. You know you can't go below $80. If you go below $80, you're cutting into your profit. When I had my cafe, people used to laugh at how I would do my structure for working out my prices, because I would know that an egg would cost 24 cents. So if I was making a bacon and egg burger, I knew how much electricity, and it actually costs quite a bit to make a bacon and egg burger. Let me tell you, those fry pans can use a lot of power. So I knew how much power my fry pan was using and what that was costing me, how long it was taking me, as in when my staff had to make that bacon and egg burger fresh, how long was it going to take them? So I would add that time in. You know, I would add in a little bit extra for the electricity of lights. And then I would say, look, I can't sell that bacon and egg burger besides this. And they would say, well, I can go and get it from McDonald's for this. And I'd say, well, that's where you need to go if price is important to you. But for our business, we're going to sell a coffee and a bacon and egg burger, and this is how much it's going to be. Otherwise, walk to the other end of the centre and go to McDonald's. Now, the interesting part about that is once I started to get serious about my pricing and know exactly where I stood and knew that all of the prices on my menu were about making profit, things became much clearer, not only for me, but for my staff. So I would say to my staff, you know, if a coffee is going to be $4.50, I want you to understand that if we sell one for $4, we're losing profit. We're losing money for the business. So it became very clear to them. So you have the 5 massage package. Those, you know, this is great for those who are comfortable with your service, but they want to save a little bit of money also. But maybe they don't want to commit to a big time. And then you've got those who are absolutely confident about your service. They need this, what you have, and they will book in, and they're happy to pay the $800 to get those 10 in there. Just a reminder, guys, any questions, pop them into the chat. That's kind of the end of the packaging and pricing. So if you have any comments on anything that we've been through today, now is the time to sort of put them into the chat. I will just say, based on this, this makes it very easy for me to be able to have one-on-one sessions with people and to go into businesses and help them out with their pricing. And this is what makes it, having this kind of process makes it easier for us to be able to help businesses, because we don't need to be experts in the field of whatever your business is. So if your business is a cafe, yes, obviously we've got experience in that. That makes our job very easy. But we've also got experience in the retail sector as well. So, but having a bit of a formula makes it really easy for us to go, okay, so what kind of clients are we attracting? Are we wanting to attract all different? Some people will say, you know what, I'm not looking at attracting any new customers at the moment. I actually have a database. And in the last 12 months, I have dealt with over 250 clients. And what I want to look at doing is adding value to those 250 clients and getting those people spending more money with me. So we won't run a kind of a budget campaign. We'll go straight to the 5-pack. And I'll say, okay, let's create 5 massage package, and let's contact all of your previous customers or the current people on your database and say, we're having a fantastic offer. You've used our services before. The benefits of having massages in winter, because we're in winter now or coming into winter, the benefits of having massage in winter is that it helps A, B, C, and D. You know, 3 or 4 points is all you need to have. And so as a previous client or as a current client, we would like to offer you this special deal where you can get 5 massages for X amount of dollars. So you're not trying to actually, you know, put new advertising out there and trying to get that new clientele in at that $99 price point. You're actually going back to your existing clientele and you go, as we're coming into winter, many people forget about having massages. The benefits of having massages in winter are A, B, and C, and we're offering you a package to continue to come and see us through the winter months. And that's just an example. As you go through the years in your business, depending on if you're new or if you've been an existing business. Now, our business has been going for 2 years or just over 2 years. If you go back to what we offered in the very beginning and you look at what we offer now, it is completely different. The customers that we met back there when we first started and what we were offering back there are completely different to the customers that we're seeing today. And that is because we've never been afraid to change our products and services. And as you can appreciate, through COVID as well, our business was really affected by COVID. We were doing a lot of one-on-one workshops, one-on-one appointments with people, and then all of a sudden that got squashed. So we had to re-evolve and change ourselves a little bit. Yes, it was great. You know, the ASBAS program went to majority online, and now we do these fantastic webinars, and that was great. But there was a period of sort of 12 to 16 weeks where that didn't happen, and we had to reinvent ourselves in that time. So that's why what we offer today is completely different to what we offered when we started. We also know our customer a lot better. So what we thought our customer were having problems with, once we got talking to them, we realized they actually have this and this problem. So these are the things that we need to fix for them. So you can always change your products and services. You can always add new products. You can always take services away or take things away that aren't working. And if things aren't working for you, people won't even notice that you've taken them away. But don't sort of be stagnant. Don't wait until you get to a stage where you've got no customers before you're making those changes. Just kind of be ready to make them regularly. You can change your products up. I do have some clients who change them seasonally. This works particularly well if you're a food business. You know, here is our winter menu, here is our spring menu, our summer menu, and our autumn menu. So they might have 4 menu changes throughout the year, and then that naturally changes their packages with those as well. But always be ready to look back. So have a look back. If you're going to introduce packages today, what I want you to do is, you know, push those packages out, really promote those packages, get your clients into those packages, and then assess. Go back and have a look after a month and go, how many people did we get into those packages? Sometimes a package that you think is going to be really successful is not as successful as you think it should be. So maybe your client doesn't have the problem that you thought they had, or it's not as big an issue as you thought they had. So, you know, it never hurts to go back and reassess. Now, there hasn't been any questions come through, and I did leave a little bit of time for questions, but I will move on, but please put them into the chat if you have any more questions. Just going through the end of today's webinar, I want to remind you that you guys have access through the ASBAS program to experts that are located all over Australia. You know, we've got Dante in Northern Territory, we've got some fantastic people over in Western Australia. All of these one-on-one sessions can be done online. They don't have to be with myself, they can be with any of the experts. They start at $44. The program is not going to be around forever, as far as we know, till the end of June. So if you haven't booked any one-on-one sessions and you'd like to, now is the time to do that. So the 3-tier packages, Janelle's asking, you have your minimum profit on the largest package and then increase the profit for the medium and lower package. That's what I do, yes. And I do that because you will have customers that just come in and get one, for massage, for example, one massage, and that's it, they move on. You're making the most amount of profit out of that one person that comes in. And you're rewarding those customers that are coming back by offering at a lower price point, but then you've got the reliability of them being there all the time. So you know that that's kind of guaranteed for that next sort of 10 weeks, or that's just an idea that I use. And I just find that that works really successful. So the other thing is, if I'm just getting one customer in for one session, I go, oh, wow, this is great. Like I had 5 single one-on-one sessions this week. So that those people paid the highest amount of money, and I know I've made the most amount of profit of that. But it's not guaranteed, is there? There's no work coming in. So I'm not like, well, now I've got another 4 sessions with that person. It's like, now I only have that one. So that is it. So yeah, that's a really good way. There's also, I want to remind you guys about the 2-hour workshops that are available with ASBAS as well. Again, all of this information can be found on the website, which is businessstation.com.au. That's where you can find all the information about the webinars and workshops that are coming up. At the moment, the webinars are free. So I say come along to as many webinars as you can. You get 24 hours, I think, with the ASBAS program. So make sure if you are going to have those one-on-one sessions that you leave a couple of hours for those so you don't miss out. A lot of people ask when our next session is and what our next session is about. It's on Tuesday, the 27th of April. And it is email to income. So if you're somebody that has an email database already, or maybe you're using a MailChimp or something along those lines, we're going to be going through how to turn those emails into actual income. So how to get those people into the door, spending money with you and doing business with you. Now, I know we finished a little bit early today. Obviously, there's only, well, we had a number of registered people today. There's only a few of you online today. So if there isn't any further questions, I'm not going to waste any more of your time, and I am going to let you go and get straight into your businesses today. You'll probably be itching to make your services and packages and turn them all into tiered structures. So guys, if you don't have any more questions for me, I want to say thank you for joining me today, and also remind you that, Business Station, Western Australia, Regional Development and Treaty Business Consulting are all part of the ASBAS program, and we're very grateful to be part of them. Please connect with me via social media if you wish. You will find me around, but hopefully I'll see you at another webinar shortly. Guys, go forth and grow your business, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.